Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with Kirk and Gordon from PickDawgz, and thank you for joining us here. We have a few more games in La Liga on schedule on Thursday, guys. That is September 26th. Villarreal is playing against Espanyol. We have Betis playing against Las Palmas, and then probably the biggest game of the day in La Liga between Celta Vigo and Atletico Madrid. But before we get into that, I just want to say that we have a few videos for the Europa League as well, guys, as we have another slate of games on Thursday. Uh, Wednesday wasn't the greatest day, Kirk. It wasn't all that bad, but we had some nice picks. You did hit a draw in that Nice and Real Sociedad game for a nice high price. I had a first half draw in that one. Of course, probably the biggest disappointment of the day was that game between Midtjylland and Hoffenheim that ended in a 1-1 draw, where we all expected goals. It could have hit easily with the amount of shots we saw, but we got to move on and we got to focus on Thursday. In La Liga, we're going to kick it off here, guys. The first game being between Espanyol and Villarreal. I was watching that game that Villarreal played against Barcelona, Kirk, where they lost 5-1 at home, and it wasn't a bad game from them. They created a decent amount of chances, but right now, stopping Barcelona doesn't look that easy, and basically, Villarreal just fell short for that.
Yeah, Villarreal hasn't actually looked too bad. They've scored 12 goals, but defensively is where they've really not done well at all. They've conceded 13 goals, haven't kept a clean sheet in 8 matches. Espanyol, they've had at least 3 goals in their last 3 games, five in the last two, and two of the last 3 games between these two teams have each had 6 goals. I'm going with over 2.5 at a pretty fair price, but I know you always have to do your line shopping for this.
Yeah, looks like we're both in agreement about this one, Kirk. Espanyol, I think they can definitely score goals. They haven't been in the greatest of forms. They do have a couple of wins in their last few games. They've scored at least 2 goals in two of their last 3 games. They've scored against Real Madrid as well. And when playing at home, that's where they play their best football. While Villarreal on the road is still undefeated, and like you said, they have been scoring a decent amount of goals as well. 5 goals in 3 games on the road, 3 goals conceded as well. So I do agree the goals are the way to go in this one. Over 2.5. I'm getting it at minus 118. You're getting it at minus 130. But guys, do your line shopping. That's something that you simply have to do and never leave the money on the table for books. For our next game, Kirk, we have Las Palmas and Betis, and I think this is the one where we go a bit against each other. Las Palmas still without a win this season. They have a couple of draws, yes, but they are now on a three-game losing streak against Betis, who is coming off of a loss to Mallorca, yes, but they have been more consistent, and overall, I think that they are the better team in this matchup.
Yeah, I'd say Betis is definitely quality wise better, but Las Palmas at home, they're pretty good. That's where they've gotten their 2 points. They got a draw against Real Madrid, and their other game at home was also a draw. In the last 4 games against Betis in Las Palmas has gotten a point out of all 4 of those matches. So I'm going to go with Las Palmas on the double chance here at minus 165. As I said, at home, they're just a completely different team.
Yeah, I mean, I could honestly see this one going either way. I could see Las Palmas getting all 3 points. I could see the draw easily out of this game, but I could also see Betis getting all 3 points out of this match as well, seeing how they were a little bit more consistent over the last few weeks and they have been gaining a little bit of a momentum. So, strictly from the value standpoint, I will take Betis on the money line in this one at plus 132. You know that I always like the double chance when it's priced quite well, and minus 165 is definitely a good price on two out of possible three outcomes that you're getting covered with the double chance. But I think that Betis could simply get the job done here simply because they are in a better form and simply because I think that they are a bit better team when it comes to the quality at the moment. So one of us will be right about this one, Kirk, but you guys make a decision who you want to pick and what you want to stick with. But honestly, like I said, it could go either way. And if you're simply not sure, just skip this game. There are better games to bet on Thursday. The last game in La Liga, Kirk, like I said, Celta Vigo and Atletico Madrid are facing off. Atletico Madrid is coming off of a draw, if I'm not mistaken, and that was a draw they got after beating Leipzig in the Champions League. While Celta Vigo is coming off of a loss, that was their third loss in a row on the road. But when playing at home, they're scoring a ton of goals, and they're actually on a 3-game winning streak, actually make that 6-game winning streak when playing at home.
Yeah, they are on a 6-game winning streak when playing at home, but they're also on a 6-game losing streak from getting no points in their last 6 matches against Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid has only conceded 3 times in 6 games. Celta Vigo has conceded 13. Celta Vigo don't have a clean sheet in 9 games, where Atletico have the most clean sheets in La Liga so far this season. I'm going to go with Atletico Madrid on the money line. I think Celta Vigo is starting to really show their true colors of being a mid-table, lower table side instead of the top tier side that they were at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt who the better team is, and that is Atletico Madrid, as they are undefeated in their last 11 games. They are playing really well on the road and at home. They haven't scored as many goals on the road as they have at home, but they've also been conceding goals on the road as well. Like you said, Celta Vigo has lost 6 straight to Atletico Madrid, but given their current home form, I think that they could at least get to the scoreboard in this game, which is why I'm going to take goals in this one. I'm going to go with the over 2.5 at minus 139. Normally, I would take both teams to score an over 2.5, but since just the over 2.5 is priced so well, I'm going to take the volatility out of the pick as much as I can, and I'm simply going to stick to over 2.5 in case of a shutout. And then again, I wouldn't be surprised if Atletico Madrid on their own scores 3 goals in this match.
Yeah, I agree. I think once Atletico starts scoring, Celta's going to open up a lot more, which wouldn't be good for them. So I could see this being a blowout for Atletico or a little bit closer, but I do think Atleti gets the job done here.
That's it, guys. Thank you for joining us here for your free picks for La Liga on Thursday. Check out our best bets on the PickDawgz.com website in that previous section, or simply by clicking the links in the description of this video. While for the Golden Boot VIP access, text the word goal to 443-780-5663, and we'll get you set up with that as well. That's it, everyone. We are finishing this week's journey through the Europa League and some of the midweek matches that we had in La Liga. And on Friday, we are kicking off another big weekend with a lot of great games, a lot of great matchups. We have the first Madrid derby on Sunday, I believe. And we have Bayern and Leverkusen facing off on Saturday in Bundesliga. So stay tuned for all those free picks, guys. And of course, good luck with all of your bets on Thursday, and we'll see you soon.